Your energy level at any given moment is a factor of the energy level of those around you. Deliberately surround yourself with people who push your brand forward, not those who continuously judge you after your mistakes, after your history, after your failures. And help those around you to be continuously self-reliant and independent so that they honor your time and your space. In fact, my belief is this. From the day they are born, whether they are your own children or siblings, from the moment they are born, train these people that you have a clear exit strategy from supporting them. And repeatedly communicate it. I remind my son and my daughter very clearly, I'm investing in their education, and when they graduate, I'll be the first one to help them move out. I put it in their system very early, that there's a clear exit plan. I was never supposed to be their source of help indefinitely. You've got to help people graduate from being dependents to being independent, to being interdependent, and learn to co-work with others. For those of you who belong to your sheepfold, form emotional connections. When you're consistent with your brand, by default, emotional connections begin to form. And they begin to trust you. So for some of you here tonight, you need to re-educate those around you about your new self, the rebranded you. You need to inform them who you are. And those who cannot accept your new self, reluctantly, I say this, begin to delete those numbers of your phone. There will be no vacuum. Your phone book will be filled with fresh numbers, with fresh ideas. To review your brand, number 2, be in control of yourself. Be in charge. Master yourself. Master your life. Don't be controlled by gadgets. There's not one single great man or woman who is an addict of gadgets. Learn to switch off from social media. Loads and loads of trash flow through social media in milliseconds. Filter anything you see in social media or mainstream media. Don't allow anything, just anything, to sink in your system. Test it against timeless values. Test it against your brand value. You see, your brand dictates your choices, your hobbies. The way I relax, because of my brand, in line with my purpose, you can bet how I relax. I'll listen to good music or a good preaching in line with my brand. You can't allow your mind to process any stuff there. You've got to safeguard what comes into you. Be in charge of your own life. For most of people, the ideas you're having now are not even your own ideas. They are other people's ideas. They throw to you day in, day out. A lot of noise. Believe me, when you learn to switch off from social media, you know, the quieter you are, the louder you hear. The more you trace yourself. And I suggest today, try to reflect back and see at what moment you are happiest in your life. Because we peak at different times. When were you most content in your life? Was it your high school days? Was it your college days? Was it when you were single? Was it when you were in business? Was it when you were in your first job? And I'm not trying to suggest we lament good old days, but I'm suggesting try to focus on what made you happy and incorporate some of these aspects into your life right now. I've seen people reinvent themselves at different stages in their lives, master a different thing after hearing such a thing, or a critical decision, or a critical shift, and they become fulfilled. You see, when his restaurant began to dwindle, Harlan Sanders, at the age of 65, at the blink of bankruptcy, hit the road running all over the US, popularizing his new recipe and quick cooking techniques. And people began to buy the idea of Kentucky Fried Chicken, a franchise right now that is in 115 countries and counting. At the age of 55, Takichiro Mori resigned from being a professor of economics and he decided to go to real estate. With a lot of respect to the dons in our midst, we do not see many professors in the universities who made fortunes through teaching alone, truth be told. But here is a man who was recognized by Forbes magazine as the richest man in the world twice. By the time he died in 1993, he had then 13 billion US dollars. He began that journey at the age of 55. Never before was he in real estate. As at now, Ernestine Shepherd, at the age of 78, is recognized as the eldest female bodybuilder. Many of you have seen her images on social media. What is interesting about this woman, she began working out at the age of 55. At the age of 55. If I was to take the median age here, the odds are high, it's below 40 or thereabout. Go work out that body. Guess what? Ronald Reagan was a renowned actor in Hollywood. He tried his hand in elective politics for the first time when he was 55. He's in the top 3 most popular presidents of the US, especially because of being associated with the fall of communism. And of course, even more recently, a story that will be studied throughout human history occurred this year when the leading real estate mogul, Donald Trump, defied all political theories, didn't try to run for Congress or Senate or gubernatorial, but he decided to try the highest office on the face of the earth in his first attempt in politics. Defied every known political theory. He clinched that seat at the age of 70 years, 7 months, at the day of his inauguration, earlier this year, 20th of January. If he could reinvent himself at the age of 70, you can do it at the age of 38. You can do it at the age of 50. You can do it. Thank you. You can do it. It is never too late to reinvent yourself. There is never a right day than the day called today. When you hear this message, you begin that journey right away. Can you imagine how many people told Trump he has lost it even before he started? Can you imagine how much even ourselves dismissed him? How many here would remember in October? I asked a question at KICC, how many would vote for Donald Trump? I got 0 votes. You remember that? But here is a man who listened to his inner voice. To reinvent yourself, the third point and the last one. To reveal yourself. My third point and the last one. Lose yourself for the cause of humanity. Lose yourself for the cause of humanity. It is Mahatma Gandhi who said, he who loses himself for others will find it. Almost 2,000 years earlier, Jesus had said, if you lose your life for my sake, you'll find it. But if you try to save your life, you will lose it. Matthew 10:39. What is his sake? The cause of humanity. If I was to pick on one lesson from the greatest brand of all times, I can share with you in excess of 20 points. If I was just to pick only one lesson, and without a shadow of doubt, this is not a religious statement, Jesus the Christ is the most renowned name in the history of mankind. He's by far the leading brand that ever walked on the face of the earth. He did his work in only 3 years. And when you come for 7C Women, Purpose-Driven Men, and the people I'm taking to the Nile this Sunday, I'll explain to you why he was able to achieve in a record 3 years. But if I was to pick only one lesson tonight, I'll tell you this. One major reason why he was the leading brand of all times, or rather he is because he paid the ultimate price. The higher the sacrifice, the higher the brand. The higher the price, the higher the brand. You think through what I'm saying, whether it's sensible. Pick any brand you know, like Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela, or pick the name of Martin Luther King Jr., and you realize every known brand paid a price higher than the common person. Everyone who mastered the craft paid a higher price. Does that make sense to you? You make a tangible difference in this life, and that reveals you. Why? Because people are refusing to slay that giant. It could be Nairobi River. It could be corruption in Kenya. It could be tribalism. Don't wrestle 10 giants. Identify that one Goliath. Slay it. While you're helping others, it takes you to a whole new level. Listen to your inner rudder. Identify something that is so close to your heart. Something that connects with you at your heart level. And pursue it with all you are. And begin to emotionally connect with that cause. Does what you do daily reveal your brand? Because your deepest beliefs and convictions are revealed by what you do on a day-to-day basis. Are you afraid of revealing yourself? Are you afraid of you? The entire world is groaning in earnest expectation for the manifestation of the sons of God. There is a need that needs you. There is a problem that is waiting for your solution. Jonas Salk, for 7 good years, worked on influenza immunology. He identified one cause to eradicate polio. He decided not to patent the vaccine. Had he done that, he would have made billions. But he laid for a higher cause. That's why you and me and our children are free from polio today. Would you be willing to identify a cause that will make a difference for the sake of humanity? I invite you tonight, reposition yourself for a higher position. Refuse to fit in any longer. Stand out and release all that you are meant to be by your Maker. And reveal yourself and be that which you are supposed to be before time began. Thank you, and God bless you.